her 6th win of the season.
I'm Tony Waterman. Coming up on the breakdown this week, an aging population and fewer births. It's a double whammy for the economy. We'll take a look at where it leaves healthcare, pensions, and innovation. Preying on the elderly, a look at financial abuse in Bermuda. And the future of tourism is here, a look at what's in store for the next 6 years. That's Thursday at 8 p.m. on ZBM TV 9.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Wednesday, October the 24th. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us. An ambitious 6-year initiative which it's hope will not only boost tourism in a sustainable way with the widest possible participation, but also contribute in excess of $1 billion to the economy by 2025. We're talking here about the new National Tourism Plan unveiled today by the Bermuda Tourism Authority. Here's Gary Moreno with more.
The plan aims to grow leisure arrivals to the island by 4.5% per year between now and 2025, contributing $1.2 billion to the national economy. Part of this will come from a projected 30% increase in leisure visitors during the summer. This new plan includes efforts to increase leisure arrivals during the so-called shoulder period between September and May by more than 50%. Another objective is to grow the number of African-American visitors to the island from 4 to 8% of total arrivals. Increased visitor satisfaction is also significant. The goal here to ensure that visitors who will definitely recommend the island to family and friends increases from 76% at present to 83%. According to the BTA, this new national plan is meant to be Bermuda's plan, and includes input from a broad cross-section of the community. This included interviews with some 400 residents, more than 20 working group sessions to obtain stakeholder feedback, as well as surveys of more than 3,500 visitors and non-visitors alike. And that's just the start. With tourism still somewhat of a divisive issue for residents, the BTA, through this new plan, is seeking even wider community buy-in to increase support for the industry and its development to 70% among locals. The plan calls for resources to be focused on particular targets or segments which were chosen based on a number of factors, including size, spending, and projected growth in the next 6 years. Current visitors to Bermuda, among other factors. The BTA explains focusing on these targets means that we should concentrate our resources and efforts, be they marketing, product development, hospitality services, or experiences, on these segments. That does not mean other groups will be ignored. It's simply that focus will be placed on areas with the best return. This as the BTA seeks to build on recent successes.
We had record-breaking arrivals in 2017. We're on a streak for 10 consecutive quarters of year-over-year growth in leisure air arrivals and visitor spending. We hosted our first ITU World Triathlon Series in Bermuda, and we won the bid to host the finals in 2021. We had our first Disney cruise calls this year, and Airbnb will be hosting experiences next year. The island graced the cover of Traveling Leisure in their April issue. The island graced the cover of Condé Nast Traveler in their November issue. And the island was voted best island in the region by Condé Nast readers.
Kevin Dallas, CEO of the Bermuda Tourism Authority, explained the new plan is built upon 7 pillars with the acronym Agility. He says this is important to the National Tourism Plan for 3 reasons, those being it's actionable and easy to remember, it shows the collaboration necessary to make the plan successful, and it's a reminder to all that we must be agile in the coming years by enabling the change necessary to be more competitive and consumer-centric.
That really does form the central thesis of this plan, is that actually our ability to transform ourselves speaks to our passion as Bermudians and to our agility and our own self-identity. But change is incredibly hard.
Elsewhere, the plan urges that by 2025, Bermuda will be seen by its target visitors as an alluring destination set apart not only by its geographic location, but also the way of life. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
One subject discussed repeatedly at the summit was transport, which was seen as a challenge to tourism success. Government has ruled out the possibility of allowing ride services such as Uber and Lyft to offer competition to the taxi industry, an industry which has been the subject of numerous complaints from the public who say they can't get a taxi when they need one. Tarai Trott was at the Hamilton Princess and spoke with tourism consultant and entrepreneur Kristen White, who attended the summit.
As you said, I'm a tourism consultant and entrepreneur, and I'm based in the East End, so in St. George's, and it's definitely an issue that we have in the East End.
When you say it's an issue in the East End, are we talking about a lack of taxis or a lack of minibuses?
All of the above. I mean, during the day, moving people around the parish is something that we feel very strongly is needed. So something that moving people to the beaches, the forts, and also over into St. David's, which of course is part of the parish of St. George's. So we want to make sure that people are able to have a comprehensive East End experience, but everything is pretty spread out. So some sort of shuttle service is something that's needed during the day. Then when we get into evenings and weekends, yes, we're talking about a lack of taxis. We're talking about a lack of ferries. And also, I think something that we have in the East End talked about a great deal, we could really use a bus that's an east-west bus. So something that, passengers coming from the West End hotels, which is where the majority of the hotels are, getting them into St. George's without them having to go to Hamilton, transfer, and then come to St. George's. If they were able to hop on a bus and it comes straight down the South Shore, Harrington Sound Road, what have you, get them into the East End, that would be a lot faster. I know there are limitations with the bus fleet. I know that there are, limitations with resources.
And also when we talk about transportation and tourism, people are suggesting that we need to be introducing Lyft and Uber-style app services. Yeah. Is it time for that?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. More so I look at it as an opportunity for job creation. But I think generally there is a need to look at our transportation holistically and come up with an overall strategy for transportation. A lot of other DMOs or destination management groups, when they talk about their plans for improving tourism in their regions, transportation and having a more comprehensive transportation strategy always ranks high, So we just need to do the same thing. We need to make sure that we're investing in our transportation fleets and getting them up to par so that, yes, we are able to service not just our visitors, but our residents as well.
I'm curious, did the issue of Uber-style transportation come up during the summit today?
It has. It's something, it was the sharing economy generally was something that was listed as, especially for millennial travelers or younger travelers who are looking for a frictionless experience. They're looking for, they're just used to using Uber and Lyft. They're used to having access and things at their fingertips, and in Bermuda, we aren't really offering that experience yet, rather through Uber or Lyft or taxis. We're just not meeting the consumer demand in that way.
Entrepreneur Kristen White speaking there with Tarai Trott. Meanwhile, the president of the Taxi Owners Association declined to be interviewed when contacted. We'll have more for you after this short break, plus all the latest weather news. Stay with us.
More people today rely on Mailboxes U.S. Express to bring their internet shopping into Bermuda than any other shipping service. Why? Because it's cheaper, quicker, and our staff are friendlier. Large international couriers charge more than $80 to bring a 1-pound package into Bermuda. When you use U.S. Express, you pay only $20.50. So when you're shopping online, trust the service that brings in more packages to Bermuda than anyone else. Mailboxes U.S. Express. Sign up today.
You can count on us.
Organic Gala, Fuji, Granny Smith apples, and Bartlett Pierce, only 99 cents each. Certified Angus beef, top round steak, regular thin London, just $7.99 per pound. Select varieties of Arm & Hammer 2X laundry detergent, only $9.99 for a 75-ounce bottle. Select varieties of Ocean Spray cranberry juice, $5.65 for a 64-ounce bottle. Top price on Friendly's ice cream, only $4.65 for a 48-ounce tub. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm for more weekly specials.
Hello, I am Dr. Leonard Gibbons, the Health Ministries Director for Bermuda Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. We're hosting a free medical and lifestyle clinic for our community especially those of you who haven't had a health evaluation in a long time. It would take place on Sunday, October the 28th from 12 to 5 p.m. at the Hamilton Youth Center on King Street, Hamilton. Our health partners for this free event include Premier Health and Wellness Center, Atlantic Vision Care, In Touch Therapy, Hope Health Care, Artis Dental, North Shore Medical and Aesthetics, staff from Bermuda Hospitals Board, the Department of Health, and Bermuda Wellness and Outreach Center. In addition to seeing 6 different health professionals, including a medical doctor, you complete a personal healthy lifestyle profile and taste delicious healthy foods. To pre-register, call 292-4110.
Welcome back. One mother suffering from epilepsy may be forced to live in emergency housing tonight after financial assistance pulled the plug. The reason: she was convicted for importing cannabis used for medicinal purposes, the very treatment that prevents debilitating seizures. Movers came to collect her children's furniture this morning. It's a day Natasha York had been dreading for months. The 41-year-old mother of 2 girls lives with epilepsy, which plunges her into dangerous fits unexpectedly.
I attempted to bring in my own mates, which is what I need, and they caught me, basically. And with my doctor's permission and in agreement that it does work. So, and the choice of drug that I chose was marijuana.
She had little success with traditional medication for her seizures, and under the guidance of Dr. Kaiwan Brown, sought medicinal marijuana.
Kaiwan has been my lifesaver, basically. He took me on. He's a doctor, and he's helping me, and I feel better, but I need to have my medication in order to continue that part of it. I'm sorry. I'm a proud person. You know, most people that know me, I like to be smiling and up and about, but it's just when I go to sleep.
6 years on traditional pharmaceutical drugs caused unpleasant side effects. She's unemployed as a result of her condition and has survived on financial assistance. However, following her conviction, she lost those benefits.
Once I go into a spasm, she is the one who actually tries to keep me somehow awake, the best way she could, because she's scared to let me go back to sleep. So it's very stressful. It's stressful on me for the simple fact of they're kids. You know, they need to be children. Basically, most people see me, they don't know what's wrong, they think anything's wrong with me. But I'm sick.
According to Ms. York, financial assistants have offered her and her family a place at emergency housing, and they were due to send a social worker this afternoon, but no one had showed.
I did appeal with financial assistance to actually get back on board with the rent here, but that was a no-show. So as a result, and as me being suspended for traveling, the rent has increased, and the landlord needs his property. And I must enforce the fact that my landlord and his family are beautiful people, and they have been more than gracious with us. They didn't have to have us here this long.
Gentile, her 10-year-old daughter, rarely leaves her mother's side and is there to protect her mother in the event of a fit. But now, it's uncertain where they will sleep tonight.
If I had the power to do my own thing and have a functional life, back work, and not have to ask, I'll be fine. We're not reached there yet. Bermuda is so far behind.
If you're able to assist Miss York and her family, you're encouraged to contact Dr. Kaiwan Brown at North Shore Medical and Aesthetic Center on 293-5476. Well, it was a mixed bag today, but it's turned out to be a lovely evening as seen here from Tower Cam. Let's go to the AccuWeather headquarters for the full picture.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This AccuWeather forecast on ZBM is brought to us by our friends at the BF&M Insurance Group, and we have some things to talk about here. We've had some showers mainly to the east of the island today, and we are also keeping our eye on this disturbance. It's about 1,000 miles to our southeast, and that is the next potential system that could become either a tropical storm or a subtropical storm, possibly into the weekend. We need to keep an eye on this, as there's a better than even chance, about a 60% chance that it does become a little bit stronger and more organized, and at least reaches tropical depression intensity. So here we are with the current satellite loop, and we've had a good number of clouds. The thickest of the cloud cover is off to our east right now, and we have kind of a winter-like weather pattern. Just a few little sprinkles here and there. Most of the showers are to the east. Humidity is holding at 76%. Light wind, very light, only around 5 knots. But despite that, with some agitated seas around, we do have 3 to 5 foot waves on the outer periphery of the island. Temperatures are around 74. By the way, water temperatures down to 75. That's a bit of a drop from where it was 24 hours ago. So we have some passing showers nearby. 69 degrees your expected low, partly cloudy skies out there. And again, the small craft warning becomes an issue again late tonight through Thursday morning and through Thursday afternoon. With a few disturbances around and a pretty strong front nearby, also an approaching low pressure system way off to the west, we need to keep an eye on those ocean wave heights over the next few days. And as we look at the tide forecast, or tide chart here, if you will, the tide's coming in, high tide at 9:23 tonight. Tomorrow morning, we have another high tide at 9:49, at least during the waking hours, and then low tide at 3:57 p.m. on your Thursday afternoon. So tomorrow, spotty showers in the morning, breezy. There will be some sunshine, similar temperatures to today, around 74 degrees. And here we have Futurecast with somewhat of a chaotic looking map here. There's been weak high pressure that has kind of given up as a front from the west has pushed in. You can see that strong breeze from the northwest across most of the northwestern Atlantic. We also have on the edge of the map, you're going to see this present itself here in a minute, our area of concern farther to the south that's going to creep in view here near the end of the loop. Here we go through the day on Thursday and Thursday evening, and there it is. This area of circulation is what could become our next named storm. And that remains to be seen whether that really becomes a named storm or not, but it has a pretty good chance. And it should stay to the east. It may take a little bit of a jog to the west, approaching us, but it will probably stay off to our east as it just kind of meanders around in the eastern part of our view. As we look at the current conditions and the forecast for Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, and Tobago, spotty showers here and there. Jamaica's on the dry side. And again, we're keeping an eye on that disturbance far, about 1,000 miles away to the southeast. Eastern parts of North America running chilly, more like November in Toronto, New York, and Boston. Atlanta's running cool with some showers, 61 there. Miami's still warm, and in London we're around 57 degrees. So locally, just a few fleeting showers Thursday morning, generally dry in the afternoon. Most of Friday's dry. And then showers roll in on Saturday, tied to that system approaching from the west. The heaviest rain tide to that stays west. Monday, we need to keep an eye on some showers that may also be in the area with more cloud cover at that time frame. Back to you.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
This summer I was in Germany on holiday with my family, and on a whim one day my son and I joined a speed sliding competition. And as I came down the water slide, I went straight down in the pool and whacked my left foot on the bottom of the pool. And I looked down and I didn't see a foot. I just saw the bones sticking out, and I started to feel faint. I was ambulanced to a hospital where I stayed for 11 days and had surgery. I had snapped all the ligaments on both sides of my ankle. And in the middle of all this stress and pain, we thought, how are we going to deal with health insurance? How will we pay for this? And I got a response from Allison at BF&M, and she said, your admission and surgery will be covered at 100%. I didn't have to put it on a credit card and deal with the reimbursement later. It made such a big difference to us. And for me, the BF&M difference is stress-free insurance when I really needed it.
Philadelphia International Medicine, PIM, provides international patients and physicians with access to an unmatched network of world-renowned doctors, surgeons, and hospitals that deliver personalized medical, surgical, and rehabilitative care ranked among the best in the world. Since 1999, Philadelphia International Medicine has helped patients and physicians from around the globe eliminate the guesswork, planning, and anxiety of finding and connecting with doctors and hospitals ranked among the best in the world. With 8 hospitals, 2 medical schools, 2 cancer centers, and hundreds of top doctors, only PIM can bring you into its medical family with one easy phone call or email.
Surface Trends has been serving Bermuda for over 25 years, supplying and installing tile and natural stone. We have a large in-stock selection of beautiful porcelain wood planking, including our exclusive Bermuda cedar tile. You will also find Bermuda's best in-stock selection of countertops, including natural granites, exotic quartzites, and silestone engineered quartz in all the newest colors. Our team will be happy to help you. Stop by our showroom at 17 Serpentine Road or give us a call at 295-8005.
Meet Bermuda pharmacists Ashley and Sean. They have completed a 5-year degree course and postgraduate training and are experts in medicines. Ashley, Sean, and their colleagues are here for you at your local pharmacy. To receive their advice, you don't need an appointment and you won't be kept waiting. For a skin rash to upset stomach, your pharmacist can help and may be able to provide medicines for minor illnesses without you having to see your doctor. And you will find a pharmacy open evenings, weekends, and holidays too. So next time, ask your pharmacist. This message is from the Bermuda Pharmaceutical Association.
I'm Tony Waterman. Coming up on the breakdown this week, an aging population and fewer births. It's a double whammy for the economy. We'll take a look at where it leaves healthcare, pensions, and innovation. Preying on the elderly, a look at financial abuse in Bermuda. And the future of tourism is here, a look at what's in store for the next 6 years. That's Thursday at 8 p.m. on ZBM TV 9.
Thanks for staying with us. The Supreme Court trial of Jeremiah Dill, accused of the premeditated murder of Perry Puckrin Jr., has begun. The victim, a 34-year-old father, was gunned down outside the Hamilton Parish Workmen's Club 8 years ago. 34-year-old Jeremiah Dill of Pembroke Parish is charged with 2 offenses: unlawfully killing 34-year-old Perry Puckrin Jr. and using a firearm to commit the murder. It happened on the night of January 3, 2010, outside the Hamilton Parish Workmen's Club, also known as Crawl Club. The jury, made up of 10 women and 2 men, heard today that the victim, an affiliate of the 4-2 Pembroke gang, was gunned down while leaving the club after socializing with friends. Prosecutor Carrington Mahoney, in his opening remarks, said the act wasn't spur of the moment, but a deliberate, pre-planned attack to kill Mr. Puckrin. He said the defendant had been waiting for the victim to leave the premises and ambushed him by firing several gunshots at point-blank range before escaping to the Radnor Road area. He adds that Dill was positively identified as the gunman by an eyewitness. Detective Steve Palmer of the Serious Crime Unit said he was called to examine the scene on the night and recovered ammunition. 3 days later, he says he attended the hospital with a forensic pathologist to conduct a post-mortem on the victim. A small metal fragment was recovered from the bridge of Mr. Puckrin's nose and sent for further examination. The jury were shown photographs of the body of Mr. Puckrin, which had gunshot wounds to the left side of his back. Dill, who denies both offenses, is represented by lawyers Craig Attridge and Kamal Worrell. The trial is expected to last 2 weeks. Justice Carlo Graves is presiding. Still to come, Earl Baisden will have all the latest sports news in just a few minutes.
Price Rate is your one-stop shop with something for everyone. Household goods for kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. Aisles of bulk groceries at value prices. A complete selection of fresh meat and produce. And an extensive range of frozen items to cover every meal. Wines from around the world and beer and liquor at discount prices. Visit Price Right at our 2 locations in Pembroke and Warren. There's always something new and always something for everyone.
Win a trip or 2 to the 2019 Trinidad Carnival. When you purchase a car from Bermuda Motors, your name will be entered into a draw for a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip for 2, including flights, accommodation, and tickets to the Trinidad Carnival. Visit Bermuda Motors on Church Street or bermudamotors.bm.
We are the voices.
You are with the captain.
It's Mr. Midday.
12 new major news.
The big station.
The morning show.
The #1 song.
The Faces.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight.
This is exactly what you're talking about.
What an upset it was.
The Storytellers.
They are actually using the pepper spray.
Police are aware of this theory.
The water is 3,500 meters deep.
The tax climbs up to 12.5%.
The window on our community.
We bring you the best in U.S. television entertainment.
and the greatest sporting events in the world.
A brilliant performance, Duffy.
We are the island's only Bermudian-owned broadcaster of both television and radio.
With the only TV channels that are available over the air in beautiful high definition, completely free.
We are always expanding.
We are always innovating.
And most important, we're always your station.
This is Bermuda Broadcasting.
Sport now, and it's brought to you by none other than Earl Baston. He has the latest in tonight's sports report.
It may have taken a little while, but the goal-scoring drought at Queen's Park Rangers for Nikki Wells is now over.
Up 2-0, the game was sealed with 7 minutes to spare. A crunching tackle in the middle of the park allowed the ball to break, and a quick pass to Wells saw his early shot find the back of the net. 3-0, and the job done. Meanwhile, Reggie Lamb and his Cambridge United teammates produced a ruthless away performance to secure a vital 2-0 win over Swindon Town in Sky Bet 2 League action. In the 11th minute, Cambridge got their reward through Lamb, who timed his press perfectly to pinch possession high up the field. He then outmaneuvered the final defender and placed the ball beyond the keeper with his left boot. Aaliyah Nolan and her North Texas women's soccer teammates concluded its 2018 home schedule unbeaten after shutting out Florida International 2-0 on Senior Day. With the score 1-0, North Texas senior from Bermuda, who is their first and only international player in the program's 24-year history, blasted a penalty kick past the Florida International goalkeeper for the University of North Texas to eventually win 2-0. Micah Pawn and her Brookhaven College women's soccer teammates came from behind to draw Richland College 1-1 and claim their second straight Dallas Athletic Conference women's football title. The 2018 Actuals World Championship Race Committee has been pretty clear about it. They have lost the last 2 mornings to ultralight and variable winds. They want to run the best series they can until Saturday. On day 2, after waiting a considerable amount of time, the Bermuda team of Tim Patton, Campbell Patton, and Raquel Evans moved up the leaderboard with the one race sailed on the day. This after they started the day 83rd, and with their 52nd place finish in the day's only race, they would come off the water 68th with a total of 135 net points. The Bermuda Threes World Team Golf Championships continued. Day 2 saw the golfers tackle the Port Royal Golf Course. In the Pro Division, overnight leader Peter Gustafsson shot a 9-over par 80 to drop to tied 5th. The new leader, Simon Liddy, who is at 2-over, leads by 1 stroke over Carrie Sierra. Dane Barrick is a further 2 shots back, and Bermuda's Daniel Augustus is at 6-over par. The Medalist Golf Club would appear to have the gross team title sewn up, as they have a 2-round score of 3 under par with 3 teams. The Cliffs at Mountain Park, the Tiav, Alja Golf Club, and Wentworth by the Sea Country Club are all tied for second at 11 over par. A temporary committee tasked with urgent reassessment of endurance riding has been set up by the International Equestrian Federation following the event's cancellations amid confusion circumstances at this year's World Equestrian Games. Bermuda endurance rider Marvin Brengman is happy the issue is being addressed.
I think that it's good. Obviously, they had to take some kind of action, because of the results at the World Equestrian Games. So personally, I'm happy that something is happening, that there is an attempt to rectify the situation as opposed to, not having anything done. For the last month, I've been wondering, I haven't heard anything. I was wondering if anything was ever going to happen. People have been asking me. And then all of a sudden, we get news that, they have formed a temporary committee. And so I think that's great news because there is an attempt to, to rectify the situation, like I said, and to perhaps make it better for the future.
The Royal Bermuda Yacht Club has announced that the 3rd edition of the Antigua Bermuda race will start on May 8th, 2019. Race chairman Les Crane announced a new and exciting feature to the race.
So the Antigua Bermuda race, the 3rd edition, will be run this next May. We have, for the first time, been included in the Atlantic Ocean Racing Series. And this is a very prestigious collection of races. The trophy, the Comet Trophy, which is over 100 years old, spectacular trophy held by the New York Yacht Club, is awarded to the the yacht with the best finishes in 3 of 5 races. And the 5 races are the Caribbean 600, which is a race that's established about 10 years ago and has become a very popular race, particularly with European yachtsmen. Then the Antigua-Bermuda race, then the Transatlantic race, which is a race that's run every 4 years, and we'll race from Newport to the UK. Then the 4th race is the Fastnet race, which was modeled after the original Newport-Bermuda race. And then the 5th race is the Middle Sea race.
Lily Medeiros and her Barry College equestrian teammates hosted a 2-day meet with 13 university and college teams participating.
And that's our program for tonight. I'm Jasmine Patterson. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.
CBS Evening News this Wednesday, a series of pipe bombs sent to prominent Democrats. The target